Alrighty, good evening everyone and welcome back to yet another stream. Today we are flying the FlightFactor 767-400ER. As you can see here, we are flying in the United colors today, and we are flying from LA to San Francisco. And of course we are using the beautiful Mango Studios Soundpack as usual. Now let's go ahead and brief the route. So let me bring up Navigraph. There we go. I also heard of some of you guys as well. Stan, if you're here, thank you so much for becoming a Kudo captain here on the channel, channel member. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that, so thank you, my friend. Right, Pilot Red Eye. Ooh, 767 stream. Oh yeah, 767. We're back. At top of descent into FSIA, 767-300 with Mango Pack. Very nice, Dave. FSIA, where's that? I'm not familiar with that airport. Right, anyway, let's go ahead and brief the route on Navigraph. So as you can see, we are flying from LA, Los Angeles to San Francisco here today. Flight time is around 1 hour, fairly short, as Navigraph lags. Right, we're back. So, as you can see, we are parked here at Terminal 3, stand 34, and we'll be taking off from runway 24 left on the Summer 2 departure and the Stoked transition. And then we'll fly up north here to San Francisco, where it is a little bit windy actually. Slight tailwind on the arrival, but that is the arrival runway, as you can see. So we'll be flying, landing at runway 19 left. So we'll be coming in over the sort of the bay, I think this is, on the Surfer 4 arrival, Surfer transition, and there'll be an ILS into 19 left. So that is the routing for today. And let's go ahead and get into it. We are using the Mango Studio Soundpack, of course. And if you did want to pick up the Mango Studio Soundpack as well, you can use code DrishalMAC2. I'll put that in chat now and pin it. But you can use code DrishalMAC2 to get 20% off anything at the Mango Studios store, which is amazing. So thank you very much to the guys over at Mango. And this is a early release version of the Soundpack as well, just to let you guys know. So let's get into it. One last thing. I am also using 2 custom sceneries here today, and both by Mr. X6, both freeware. So LA and San Francisco are both freeware. If you want the links to those, then all you got to do is put exclamation mark ARR for the arrival airport, or exclamation mark DEP in the chat, and Nightbot should hopefully provide you with a link to these 2 freeware sceneries. Right, so let's get into it then. So, back, standby power on, turn those bus tires on. Now let's get the tablet. We'll go to ground. So we are gate config, so we need chocks, LSU, the GPU, the fuel truck, the loader unit as well, and that should be good for today. Next, let's go to airplane and open the doors. There we are. We should have everything loading now. We do have Traffic Global running in the background with Active Sky, so we are live weather and live time, and Visual XP too. So let me bring the tablet back up and we'll get everything onto the aircraft. So let's do our weights then. I get Navigraph up. Right. So, zero fuel weight is 1278. So 0 fuel weight. Let's do 80 passengers or 100. Alright, let's do 150 actually. There we are, right. So 150. We need another about 7,000, so let's just go ahead and do 10,000 cargo weight. There we are. So 0 fuel weight set. Let's go ahead and get our fuel as well, which today is 11.1 tons. There we are. Sorry, the typing is very slow because my keyboard is at a very awkward angle behind my yoke. Let's optimize the CG there. We can load the aircraft now. Alrighty, let's go ahead and program the FMC. Lovely sounds here, by the way, on the FMC. I love these button press sounds. So we are at Kilo Lima Alpha X-ray. There we are, and we are going to Kilo Sierra Foxtrot Oscar. And by the way, I do have some very special news for you guys, and we'll talk about that in the cruise phase of the flight. Members already know what it is, so if you are a member of the channel, you should already know. But yeah, we'll be talking about this very special news later on in the stream. Right, so runway 24 left. And let's go into departure, arrival, departure 24 left on the Summer 2. Departure. There's Summer 2. On the Stoked transition. There we are. Beautiful. Go back to route. We can activate that. Go to the next page. And you know what? I'm just going to disconnect and reconnect my second monitor because it's freezing up on me. And I can't see Navigraph. There we are. We're back. Right, so let me go to the routing on the OFP. There we are. So pretty short. We're just going direct to Surfer, which is so Sierra Echo Romeo Foxtrot Romeo. And that is it. We are then going directly into our arrival. So let's see here. ILS 19 left. Surfer 4. There we are. And that's good there. So we'll do that. We can go to route. Let's go to the Perth. Let's check our cruise. Oh, our cruise out is flight level 300, sorry. Cost index is 212. Our cruise wind is 285 at 050. And let's see what our reserves are. Right, so our reserve, the alternate plus our final reserve, so that's 2.3. You know what, let me bring this up on the screen for you guys. So as you can see here on the OFP, to get our reserves, which we put into the FMC, all we got to do is add this alternate fuel here, which is Sacramento today, and our FinRes here. So that'll be 2.3 tons plus 1.9, which is 4.2. Let me get rid of that. So 4.2 there on the reserves. That's fine. We can ignore that. Let's see if boarding has been completed. Looks like boarding has been completed, so what we can do is close all the doors and let's continue with our setup here. External power can come on. Should have done that earlier, but utility bus also on. Electric hydraulic pumps can go to auto and turn those on like that. Get the ADAS aligning, also should have done that earlier. Emergency lights can be armed. 1 second, know what I need to do? Put my phone on do not disturb. Right, there we are. So, passenger signs can go on. Position light, wing light and the logo light can come on. We can set the pressurization panel here to auto, and let's get our landing altitude at San Francisco, which is 13 foot. So we'll just go all the way down to 10. Perfect. Let's get all of these on. While we do that, get the APU started. Packs can come on. Recirc fans and the trim air on. There we are. Alrighty, we're looking good. You know what, let's get the window heat on here as well, and let's have a quick listen to the ATIS. So I'll tune the 122.0. This ATIS comes from Active Sky.
Kilo Lima Alpha X-ray airport information. Foxtrot 1953 Zulu weather wind 348 at 5 visibility 8 sky condition 2200 scattered 8500 scattered ceiling 12,000 overcast temperature 17 dew point 12 Kilo Lima Alpha X-ray airport information. Foxtrot 1953 Zulu weather wind 338 at 5 visibility 8 sky condition 2200.
Sometimes it repeats itself like that.
Alpha X-ray airport information. Foxtrot 1953 Zulu weather wind 348.
Right, so sometimes it just starts repeating itself like that and doesn't finish the ATIS, so you just turn it off and turn it back on.
Alpha X-ray airport information. Golf 1953 Zulu weather wind 348 at 5 visibility 8 sky condition 2200 scatter 8500 scatter ceiling 12,000 overcast temperature 17 dew point 12 altimeter 3014 advise on initial contact that you have information. Golf.
Right, so 3014 is the altimeter. Let's go ahead and set that. It has started raining. Oh, I did turn XP Realistic off earlier. So let me get the sounds back on and turn those rain sounds down a little bit because they are quite loud. That's fine. So yeah, it has started raining. And let's do this. APU is now on. Got the APU gen on as well. Let's go here and get rid of all of this stuff. There we are, and this is a bug with the FlightFactor where it disconnects all your gens, even though you had it running here. It tends to turn your bus ties off. I have no idea why. It's very annoying. That is a bug with the FlightFactor on both the 757 and the 767. Which is an interesting one for sure. Anyway, let's get our fuel pumps on as well, as we are pretty much ready to depart here. Let's go ahead and do our perf. So we'll be doing flaps 5. Reference speeds on 135, 145 and a 153. Got our CG, so trim of 3.2. Let's set that. Beautiful. Let's also get the pushback truck. We have 5 minutes left on that alignment. Can we speed that up anywhere in here? Doesn't look like it. We will just have to wait, essentially. But in the meantime, I think we have everything up here good. Let's turn the cargo heat on. It is fairly warm here anyway. Do need to get these on as well. Door damper on as well. Good job, we checked all of that. So beautiful. You know, I'm gonna turn the rain sounds down just a little bit more because they are quite loud. There, I think that's good. Alright, so how are we doing, guys? Hope all is well. Had a very enjoyable stream last time around where we flew the Zebo into Manchester in a storm, which was very, very interesting. Winds seem okay for the landing here today at San Francisco. It is minimums VFR, so we'll have to see, but should be okay. Should be all good. And it's a very nice approach into San Francisco as well. Right, 3 minutes left on the alignment. We are just going to have to wait for that to finish, essentially. Can go ahead and set our MCP. 30,000 foot. Flight directors can go on. Let's also step through our flight plan. So that seems broken. We're just gonna get rid of this 640. I don't know what that's doing. That looks a lot better. Alright. Let's see what's going on here. Alright, so we can just go direct. Just like that. That's looking good. Alrighty, how long left on the alignment? 2 minutes. Let's set the altimeter on the first officer's side as well. 3014, wasn't it? That's set both sides. Pilot Red Eye, doing good, man. How about you? I'm doing very good, thank you very much. I flew the 767 yesterday, actually the 400. I've not flown the 400 in a while. I really like the older avionics on the 300 and 200, but I was like, you know what, let's take the 400 out for a spin, and really enjoyed it. Really did enjoy it. It's a nice upgrade to the 300 and 200 because the textures on this aircraft are a lot nicer, in my opinion, compared to the 200 and 300 from FlightFactor. Alright, whilst we're waiting, we can set the auto brakes to RTO. 50 seconds left on the alignments. Let's get the pushback
Hey,
truck.
Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
We push in nose left, tail right. Just like that.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
Alrighty. Captain Canada's voice there. And oh boy, I cannot wait to share this news with you guys. I'm very excited. We will also be doing our first members only live stream next week at some point. I'll be posting that soon, hopefully, an exact date and time. I'll let the members know in the Discord, and I'll post it here on YouTube as well, so do become a member if you don't want to miss out on that members only live stream.
Alright, looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
Lovely sounds here in the 767 using the Mango Studio Soundpack, of course. Little showcase of the little plugin they have. Very nice. Lovely, look at those wings. Hey Nikki, how's it going, my friend?
Welcome aboard, Captain. Toes connected, 5 pass pins inserted. Go ahead and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
Alright. Almost done on the alignment here. Let's go ahead and disconnect the gate. Oh, it's from AutoGate, isn't it? I forgot. So what we'll do is we'll turn the beacon on and that will disconnect. There it is. We'll get the transponder to there, and I think I know what we missed. We didn't do that. There we are. Perfect. All good. Hey Chris Strobel, how's it going? Very nice to have you here. Right, so auto throttle armed, LNAV, VNAV, and I think we are clear to push here. Let's just check there's nothing taxiing. We'll release the parking brake.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
Alrighty. So I found out you don't actually have to turn the packs off in this aircraft to start the end. Oh no, you do. Sorry. The 757 for some reason you don't. I found, but the 76 you do. Whether or not that's a bug in 75, I don't know. But as we push here, let's go ahead and start engine number 1. Add the fuel in. Alrighty. This is as close as we can get to the 777-V2 for now. I think the 777 has some very similar avionics and similar cockpit layout as well, actually. But yeah, I mention it every stream, but cannot wait for that 777. Right, so we have a good start on engine number 1, it looks like. Let's go ahead and start number 2. Add the fuel in and we'll set flaps 5 as well.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake. And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
Those flap sounds are beautiful. So nice. Alright. We'll turn the packs back on. Gens are on here, so we can turn the APU off. The bleed and the gen there can go off. And we'll wait this guy to disconnect.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Oh right, they have now disconnected, so turn off light and the taxi light can go on. We'll taxi here to runway 24 left, not too far to go. Oh, let's turn the wipers on, and by the way, the wipers sound very nice on this plane. Oh yeah. Right. Just give it a second for the pushback mode. The aircraft tends to go into like a pushback mode and you can't taxi. So just give it a minute. It'll realize in a second that the pushback truck is no longer in operation. And then we will be good to go. Oh, hey, stand here. Alright, there it is. Now we can taxi. Park and brake up. There we are. So yeah, when you first get the aircraft, you kind of think, oh, why can't I taxi? There's some brakes issue or what? No, it's just it takes a while for that issue, that pushback mode to sort of go away. We do have flaps 5 set now. We're looking good here. Let's turn the weather radar on, and airports can go on. Not too far of a taxi here today. Let's angle the weather radar up slightly. There we are, plus 3 degrees. And we'll be on our way. I love the United livery. So nice. We'll take this left here. Actually, you know what? We'll take the next left, I think. That looks better. Do a quick control check. Full left, full right, full forward, and full back. And my sim is pausing. Give me a second. My second monitor is doing strange things. There we are. Alright. Make a left turn here. And we'll go ahead and line up with the runway. Which is just over there. If we can turn any quicker. Let me just check if there's anything on final approach. We'll open up the map here, get rid of all the parked aircraft. And it looks like something just departed. Our traffic global is, of course, using the wrong runway. So they are departing easterly, when they really should be departing westerly. At least that's what Navigraph is telling me. Either way, we're clear to enter the runway. So we can turn our transponder to TARA. Get some more thrust so we taxi a bit quicker. Strobe lights can go on. And I think we're good. Do a quick config check. Looking good. Nikki, is that just for the exterior? I'm not getting that inside. Anyway, we are lined up on the runway here. I think I found out what's causing this weird stuttering when I stream. It's definitely OBS. I did turn off the preview as Q8 Pilot suggested, but it doesn't seem to have made a difference. I think it's a plugin I installed, so I will be getting rid of that. But you guys don't need to worry too much about that. Let's park up here, get the wipers on high, get the landing lights on as well. And I think we are good to go. Let's just remind ourselves of our V speeds here. So 135, 143 and 153. Looking good. Let's go. Let's pull them up 50%. And toga. Lovely sounds. 80 knots. We'll release the forward pressure. V1. Rotate. Landing gear can go up. And let's go for a flyby. Oh yeah, right, pitch up slightly. Get the aircraft trimmed out. We'll hand fly it for a bit, I think. There's the thrust reduction. As we speed up. Very slight right turn here. Go flaps 1. We'll get the wipers turned off. We don't need those anymore. Zoom out on the ND a bit. We'll continue to follow this flight director. Lovely. And we'll go flaps up now. And I'm going to continue hand flying it because it's flying beautifully. Both, I can hear it though. Oh really? I heard it on the exterior after you mentioned it. I did not hear it inside. But yeah, I'm just going to reiterate. This Soundpack version is an early access, so don't worry guys about that. As you can see, Nicky has picked that issue up straight away with his somehow amazing hearing, and they are committed to fixing that, which is one of the things I love about Mango Studios. Anyway, looking good here. Still hand flying the aircraft. Because this 400 does fly very nicely, I have to admit. And we'll fly up to something like transition altitude, I think. Why not? We're just flying out towards the ocean anyway, there's not much to look at. I am using the Boeing TCA yoke from Thrustmaster today, which is a beautiful yoke, and I have it on the, I have all 4 springs in the yoke. You can take some springs out, add some springs. 4 is the maximum you can have, and I have all 4. The heaviest feeling, and it feels amazing. It's actually very heavy. Feels like you're flying a nice heavy airliner. Right, you know what? Let's get the autopilot turned on now. And we are just about gonna hit 10,000 foot, so we'll go ahead and turn the landing lights off. Runway turn off, and the taxi light can go off. Wing logo light can also go off. Alright. Looking good here. Right. So, as soon as we get out of these clouds and this rain, we'll talk about this very special news. I think it happens as FlightFactor changed some of the engine performance, so it killed our values for idle. Yeah, they did mess around with the engine performance in a few updates, didn't they? I'm flying from San Francisco to Vegas to cope with my 600 feet per minute landing after a 7-hour flight with A350. Do you know what the funny thing is? I did a flight last night. Well, I say last night, it was really last night and this morning. So I did LA to Sydney, which was around 15 hours. Took off last night, woke up this morning, went to uni, and by the time I got back, it was time to land. Approach, everything was really nice, weather was really nice in Sydney, but a FlightFactor A350 being as unpredictable as it is, and very unresponsive as well. 700 feet per minute was my landing, and I bounced like crazy. Like, I bounced probably 50 or 60 foot back up, ended up going around. So yeah, I know exactly how you're feeling. The A350, sometimes it flares really nicely, sometimes it just doesn't want to flare for some reason, and I have no idea why. I think it's the way it calculates its approach speed, to be honest. I think it's not always accurate, because the approach speed I had was 123, which seems crazy low for an A350. That was fully loaded, by the way. We were quite heavy. We had about 15 tons of fuel left. We had quite a lot of fuel on board too. But yeah, no, I know how you feel, 100%. Well, there's 19,000 foot, so we are well above the transition altitude now. We can set that to standard on both sides. And yeah, there we are, 20,000 foot. As soon as we get out of these horrible clouds, we'll have a little chat. Hope everyone's enjoying this little 767 stream we got here. Not flown the 767 in quite a while. I've been flying the 75 a lot recently. Lots of testing for my upcoming review of it. I think we are just about breaking out the clouds now. Yeah, look at that. So, what is this news I've been talking about? So, some of you may have seen last week, I believe it was, Just Flight announced that they will be they'll be releasing the Beechcraft Duchess for X-Plane 12. And they have been so kind, and they have given me an early access preview of the aircraft, of the Duchess, and I will be streaming it tomorrow at 4 o'clock. That's 1600 Zulu time, 4 o'clock in the afternoon UK time. So I will be showing a preview copy of the Duchess off. I've been flying it virtually all day today, doing testing and learning the thing, because it's not an airliner. It is a twin-engine GA aircraft, and I'm not as familiar with GA, but been learning that, and so far it is very, very nice. But I'm not going to say any more, because we'll all see exactly what that is like on the stream tomorrow. But yeah, I do want to say a big thank you to Just Flight for giving me early access to that and allowing me to stream it early. And all the details regarding that aircraft we will mention tomorrow. So do stay tuned for that. I'll be posting a live stream as soon as we finish this live stream. So yeah, keep your eye out. But that is exciting for sure. I'm very glad that they've come back, done some X-Plane 12 aircraft. Hopefully we get a Hawk and a BAE 146 update for X-Plane 12. That would be beautiful. I know they've done some really, really nice stuff for Microsoft Flight Sim as well. I don't know, but I have the feeling that there is way too much turbulence with the live weather from Visual XP. Yeah, the Visual XP live weather is not very accurate and definitely has its issues. If you see my review I did highlight that what I'm recommending right now is use the default X-Plane live weather, but you can still use all your visual XP, you know, graphical enhancements, but just use the default live weather from X-Plane, or get Active Sky XP, because that is really, really nice. I'm currently using Active Sky with visual XP, if you're wondering, and I have done in pretty much all of my recent streams. Lovely. Shall we go for a flyby? Oh yeah. Lovely livery. That's default livery, I think, as well. Right, so we are at our cruise altitude here. Let's see. About 160 nautical miles till our top of descent here. You know what, let's turn the airports off. We don't need it. Plus 13 degrees? Why is it plus 13 degrees? There we are. Plus 3 degrees. I didn't mean to do that. There we are. Plus 3 degrees on the weather. In fact, no, we're cruising. We should have it level, shouldn't we? There we are. Weather radar is now level. Looking good here. What a beautiful cockpit. Hey Cotropic Nitro, how you doing? Very glad to have you here. We are en route to San Francisco, not too far from our top of descent. Am I on multiplayer? No, I'm not. Not on VATSIM, not on multiplayer. This is X-Plane 12. So all the other aircraft that you were seeing on the ground at LA and what you will see at San Francisco is from Just Fly Traffic Global. Wish we had weather radar in Microsoft Flight Sim. Yes, that gets me every time when I fly on Microsoft Flight Sim. Missing the weather radar. I've been flying Microsoft Flight Sim a little bit more recently, trying to get back into it, but every single time I end up coming straight back to X-Plane. This magnificent fleet. Beautiful. I think we're all looking good here. That reflection is horrible. But that's fine. Would you say that the jar design A330 is on par with the laminar research A330? I don't have the jar design A330. All I know is that, from what I've heard, is it's not worth the money, and it is very old. I don't think it has even been updated for X-Plane 12. So, unless someone else who does have the jar design A330 can answer that, I would just recommend using the default right now, or using the X-Works A330 maybe. I was actually thinking I need to fly the default A330 again. I've not flown it in a while, so that's something I do want to fly maybe here on a stream. I use live traffic with real traffic subscriptions. It's just like Traffic Global, better performance differences. Live traffic. So I did try that, admittedly about a year ago. So maybe it's had updates. I'm not sure. For me, the issue I had with it was that when an aircraft would land, it would just get stuck on the runway, and it would just stay there for about 5 minutes and eventually despawn, which sort of ruined the immersion for me. So yeah, that's my... Sorry, I lost my... Yeah, live traffic, there we are. Yeah, so that was my issue with live traffic. Now, I've not used it a whole lot, so performance-wise, I'm not too sure. But what I will say is Traffic Global, for me, has been pretty good. Sometimes they will land and take off on the wrong runway. They don't seem to... They seem to look at weather very literally. So if there's a one knot headwind, they'll take off from that runway, even if that runway is not being used in real life, because it's not using data from any sources. It's using its own sort of schedules. I will say that the models are quite nice for Traffic Global at night. All the animations are very nice. Performance is brilliant. I mean, even at Heathrow Airport, I barely get any FPS hit, maybe 1 or 2 FPS max. So performance wise, I don't know about live traffic, but I know that Traffic Global has very nice performance. I would say it's a little bit expensive for what it is, but if you can get it on sale or something, it's definitely worth it. What I really like about it is it makes the aircraft which is sat at gates at your airports much more realistic, and it's much more accurate than what the default X-plane aircraft is, because all your parked aircraft in X-plane, it could be, you know, with default it could be anything. I was seeing Qantas 737s at Heathrow, which is obviously very inaccurate, but with Traffic Global it's really accurate. I mean, we have the British Airways aircraft at Terminal 5. You know, Terminal 5 I'm pretty sure is pretty much reserved for BA, and you'll only see BA aircraft at Terminal 5 Heathrow. You know, you'll only see United, Southwest, Delta at some of these airports. So we'll take a look around at San Francisco and see what parked aircraft there are. It does have TCAS integration as well. I have it disabled because apparently it conflicts with vPilot, or sorry, Xpilot for VATSIM. But yeah, it's very good. Any chance you will ever try the TU-154 in X-Plane 11? Probably not, because I no longer have X-Plane 11 installed. Pretty much the second I got X-Plane 12, I deleted X-Plane 11. So if it gets updated to X-Plane 12, then we can for sure give that a shot. Why not? Actually, JAR A330 and A340 updated today, but I still avoid these aircraft. Yeah, so there you go. There you go. Nikki has answered that question. So, okay, so they've been updated today, but still avoid them. Outside sounds. My Mango on 737-300 sounds terrible outside. Inside is great. I think the exterior sounds are pretty good, so we can have a quick listen here. Go for some flybys. And we have rain sounds because X-Plane's doing its thing for some reason. Yeah, I think those external engine sounds are pretty good. Dave, maybe just make sure you're on the latest version. Maybe a reinstall. One thing I recommend with basically any aircraft that you have a Soundpack for, when you update the aircraft, also reinstall the Soundpack, just in case the update over any of the Soundpack files. Yeah, no worries, Chris. That's perfect. What's the performance, just out of interest, what's the performance like with live traffic? Do you get any FPS hit? What I was going to show you as well is here. So we have this sort of radar thing here. So you can see all the aircraft that are around. So we've got Southwest, Alaska, Polaris, United. So these are all the aircraft that you would expect being in the US. There's all these options here, obviously. There's a schedule as well, if I can find Traffic Global. So there's a flight schedule. There we are. So it's only showing the aircraft in the vicinity, but when we land at it's showing it for San Luis Airport, because that's the airport we are closest to right now. When we land at San Francisco, this will populate. So we'll have a look again when we land. I'll try a reinstall. Yeah, go for it. If you're gonna reinstall the Soundpack, you might as well just go ahead and reinstall the aircraft as well. So then you have a complete, you know, a new aircraft install. Update it with XUp data if you want, and then go ahead and reinstall the Soundpack. Yeah, external sounds are pretty good on all the aircraft. With live traffic, I get no performance hit. I use the display 100 aircraft option. I don't use open sky with it, only real traffic. Right, okay. That pulls data from various sources, doesn't it? If I remember right. And that's free as well, so by all, yeah, I mean, if you guys are looking for a live traffic solution, then go ahead, try live traffic. It's free. And if you don't like it and you're willing to pay for it, then go ahead and get Traffic Global by Just Flight. There you go, Dave. Nikki has said, exterior sounds are always hard to record and then replicate in sim, but we'll try and improve them. There you is. Always improving their sound packs, constant updates. TG. Do sounds really cut out after pausing on this sound pack? Yeah, so there is, allegedly, there is an issue when you pause, and it does tell you in a readme when you install. When you pause and sometimes when you go into replay, it can cut all sounds. Now, the strange thing is, I personally have not had this issue. If I pause and unpause, the sounds stay. We can try it at the end. I'm not going to do it on stream because if anything's going to go wrong, it's going to happen on stream. So I'd rather not lose sounds halfway through our flight, just in case. But we'll go ahead and test it out when we land. But other than that, it's a brilliant sound pack. Very, very good. And TG, if you are looking to get it, then you can use the code in the pinned comment, Drishal20, and you'll get 20% off at the Mango Studio store. Gonna have to run. Thank you for your live streams. Have a great buttery landing. Thank you very much, Pilot Red Eye. Yeah, absolutely, Chris. That's so useful. Having it from ADSB. I do wish Traffic Global had that implementation, because then it would follow SIDS, stars. It'd be on the correct runway. So yeah, that'd be very cool if Traffic Global did that. Traffic Global doesn't follow SIDS and stars, so sometimes you do get aircraft just sort of popping up on your approach in front of you. So you sort of have to maneuver yourselves around them, but it's fairly rare. But the main thing for me with Traffic Global is having accurate parked aircraft on the ground. I don't know what exactly we are picking up, unless it's those clouds there off in the distance, I don't know, on the weather radar. We having stutters? No, I think we're good. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Traffic Global. Yeah, I think having the accurate aircraft on the ground is very nice. Like East Midlands Airport, for example, and in the UK, I'm seeing all the aircraft that I'm expecting to see there. Mainly Ryanair Jet 2 and 2E 737s, and the odd ATR and stuff like that. Whereas before I was seeing EasyJet A320s and A330s and 747s and all that, and that's sort of ruins the immersion for me a little bit. Do you think the cost to purchase the 400 is worth it compared to the 300? Is it better? If so, why? I'm not sure what the upgrade fee is actually. So because I've bought it, I can't go ahead and view the upgrade fee, I don't think. I might take a quick look. But it is better than the 300. The textures are much nicer. I think the sounds were the same, but in all honesty I can't remember the default sounds because I've just always been using the Soundpack. Modeling is better. The flight model is very, very nice. I will give it that. Flight model is very nice compared to the 300. I wouldn't say it's a sort of a generational difference, but I will say it is better. It's not, you know, if you're happy with the 300, you're going to be happy with the 400, but it's not going to, you know, absolutely blow you out. You know, it's not TOLIS level, basically. But it's a nice upgrade, and it, you know, it's slightly more modern aircraft, a bit more like the 777. Longer range, longer aircraft. I like it. May I ask what clouds are these? Look amazing. These is from Visual XP. We go here. And you know what? Let's do a quick on and off. So, Visual XP clouds on. They are the default clouds. And that's Visual XP. I do have a review of Visual XP. If you do want to check that out, there's a video on my channel. And also a written review, so do go check that out. But yeah. Very, very nice indeed are the Visual XP clouds. When all I used with live traffic was default open sky traffic, would land there, then disappear, but with real traffic data, they taxi to the gates. Ah, interesting, Chris. I think I did try some real traffic sources, but some won't work and some required a key and all sorts, so it's been a long time since I tried it though. I might take another look. Yeah, Dave, I agree. The 300 textures do lack a bit. Yeah, absolutely. Same with the 75. I've just been reviewing that, and the textures are lacking in my opinion. They are old aircraft now, but yeah, no, definitely lacking. A nice overhaul is would be very welcome on those aircraft. The textures on the 767 are quite nice actually. I quite like them. I do think they could be improved. I think they could be slightly higher quality, a bit more depth would be nice. What I really love in aircraft like the TOLIS is there's a bit of wear and tear, you know. All of these knobs are, as you can see here, these are the exact same model, copy and pasted, which is fine. I know that in real life the model is the same, but it'd be nice to see a bit of, you know, paint flake. I think there's a very, very tiny bit of paint. No, that's a screw hole. I would like to see some paint flaking off. I mean, these are fairly old aircraft, so a bit of wear and tear. Because in the TOLIS A340, if you have a, you know, a very intricate look, you can see that there's, you know, all the knobs are very slightly different, like paint flaked off, and there's different scratches everywhere, and it's very nice. This is a very new looking cockpit, which you might like, but in my opinion it shouldn't look as new it does. I mean, that is literally the same color everywhere, so it does lack a little bit of depth in my opinion, but they are better than the 300. Real traffic is the name of the data supplier, and it's $11.99 USD a month. But for me, it's worth it. Okay, that's not too bad. Right, I think we've hit top of descent now. Reset MCPO. Yes, we have. Let's go ahead and set that to 10,000. And we'll make our way down. I'm gonna angle the weather radar up slightly because I don't want that green dashed line. There we are. So some more flights in the US were requested, and here we have done one. I'm thinking of doing another flight in the US. I really want to fly the MD-11 again. Not flown that in a while. I've actually not flown that this year at all. Last time I flew it might have been when I flew it to Dublin in my stream with that. So I do want to fly the MD-11. If you have some nice routes, then do let me know. Always looking for some new routes to stream. But the next live stream will be tomorrow, 1600 Zulu. We'll be taking an early look at the Duchess from Just Flight. First general aviation stream as well, so that'll be interesting. I spent a lot of time learning the aircraft today, and I will be this evening. Learning the aircraft, learning the procedures, so we can show off the aircraft very nicely tomorrow. There's the top of descent. Drag required, I think. Yep, drag is definitely required. Drish, do you use 4Flight? I love my 4Flight iPad with X-Plane. I don't, but since I'm starting my PPL soon, I will obviously be needing to get 4Flight for my real life training, and therefore I will be hopefully getting that hooked up to X-Plane and seeing what that's like. I'm currently using Navigraph, which is amazing, by the way, but yeah, I just don't want to pay for the 4Flight subscription purely for flight sim. But as soon as I start my real life training, I will be using it. I do like how it works with X-Plane as well. That's very cool. Chris, do you fly in real life as well? Let's listen to the ATIS then for San Francisco.
Kilo Sierra Foxtrot Oscar airport information Mike 1956 Zulu weather wind 077 at 6 visibility 10 sky condition few clouds at 500 ceiling 2000 broken temperature 14 dew point 12 altimeter 3004 advise on initial contact you had information Mike.
Alright, so altimeter is 3004, so we'll get that preset on both sides. There we are. Then we are going to need some drag for this descent. Let me go ahead and show Navigraph here. So we'll take a look at this star on the way into San Francisco. Fairly basic star into San Francisco, and then we have our approach chart there, just like that. Very, very nice. Full flight interfaces beautifully with X-Plane and live traffic, and yes, I was PPL up to 15 years ago when I could no longer pass medicals. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Chris. Well, I don't know what that's like, but I do know what it's like going for a medical. I went for my medical in, when was it? June of 2022. And I only received my medical about a month ago. It took 18 months, if not more, of tests and this and that to get my just a class 2 CAA class 2 medical for my PPL. What happened was when I had my ECG, there was a slight issue. It was very, very minor, and the medical officer said, you know, it should be fine, but I'll get a second opinion. And unfortunately, they wanted a bunch of tests, and it just took so long. But yeah, sorry to hear that, but it's very nice having a real pilot here with us today. I suppose you'll really like the stream tomorrow then, in the Duchess and GA flying. How did you manage to finance your pilot's license? So, I'm starting my PPL soon. I haven't started yet, just to be clear. I will be starting soon. I'm just sort of finishing up this semester at uni. My plan to finance the PPL is essentially, sounds kind of bad, but luckily my parents are going to help me out with that a bit. I will be getting a job over summer to pay for that. You know, it's not much, but proceeds from YouTube, you know, all the streams and everything from members and stuff like that, that'll be going straight back into either the channel or my PPL. Additionally, I'll be applying to some scholarships. The Air League scholarships here in the UK are open on the 29th, so I'll be applying for those. So yeah, there's a couple of different ways I'm funding the PPL. But yeah, that's not going to be it for me, because of course I do want to be a commercial pilot. So then after the PPL, I've got to do all the other stuff: instrument rating, night rating, multi-engine IR, multi-crew, you know, all the ATPL stuff. Yeah, that's going to get expensive, and that's when I'm definitely going to have to work for 3 years, I think, after university before I can go ahead and do my flight training. Unless I get into a cadet program with TUI or British Airways or something like that, where they fund it. But yeah, it's something I've been having to think about and keep in mind for 3 years, because I've known that I want to be a pilot for quite a long time now, about 5 years. Hence why I started doing flight sim. So auto brake to 3, it's a bit of a shorter runway. I haven't, oh wow, look at that. I didn't know that was there. That's cool. And we put the ND down there. That is very cool. I didn't know we could do that actually. Oh yes, I'm really looking forward to the Duchess. Oh yeah, I can't wait to stream it. I've been flying it today. I don't want to say too much, but yeah, it should be a fun stream tomorrow. That's for sure. Yes, it's really financially tough these days to get your tickets compared to me in the 90s. Yeah, it's very expensive. Very expensive now, and there's not much in the way of loans and grants and stuff like that, other than the odd scholarship here and there. Beautiful descent here into San Francisco. Let's get all these lights back on now as we get closer to 10,000 feet. I do hope when I start my PPL I can bring some of that training into my flight simulation, and I actually do want to, obviously it depends on the flight school and instructors and all sorts of stuff, safety, I do want to actually record my flights. I think that'd be interesting, maybe uploading them to YouTube. I'll have to see. I do want to record the flights also to have a look at my lessons after having done the lesson. I can, you know, if I make mistakes and whatever, I can take a look through, and I think it's really useful to record your lessons. I didn't see your takeoff every time in FlightFactor 767. It rotates without me commanding any pitch change during the roll. CG trim all set correctly. I see a lot of posts. Yes, absolutely, Dave. I found it happens more. I just need to get my MCP out. Let's just set 5,000 and we'll take a look at the SID. Right, so yes, the 400 is a bit worse compared to the 300. You do have to almost apply a bit of nose down pretty much all the way until you're ready to rotate, otherwise it will rotate for you. Yeah, you're correct. And then the 200 and 300, it happens as well. Even when you set the trim and CG all correctly. That is just a FlightFactor issue right now. Weirdly, the 757 doesn't have it, but the 767 does. But yeah, you'll notice on my takeoff, if you go back and look at it after the stream or something, it did start to rotate very slightly, sort of 20 knots before V1. I do have some beautiful ortho for San Francisco, but I don't think we're going to see much of it because of this cloud here, unfortunately. Alright, let's go ahead and look at the SID then. So, our next restriction is 6,000, as we can see here. So we're actually going to change the MCP to 6,000. And then our platform altitude is 5,000. Actually, no. 2,800 even, I think. What we do need to do is, if we go here, we can set that speed there. Let's get a fix in there. So we'll go KSFO, and we'll go 10 nautical miles like that. Yeah, Dave, I suppose what you could do is just add an extra unit nose down maybe on the trim for takeoff. I might actually try that myself at some point. We do still have the speed brakes out, but we are descending, so let's keep it like that for now. And let's set our minimums, which today the minimums are 300. So arrow, and we'll set 300. There we are, 300. All right. So we are going all the way to Berk, so in actual fact our platform is 5,000, so we'll set that after. I'd love to go to Lufthansa Pilot's Day in Munich, but I sadly have school on the day. Oh, that's a shame. I've been to Munich actually last summer. I was at Munich airport. I got very excited because I saw A340s for the first time. Lufthansa have a great fleet. I love the Lufthansa fleet. The 747s, the A340s, A350s, A320s and 21s and 19s, and yeah, lovely. I used a Flyway 90 gigabyte San Francisco Ortho on top of the Orbex True Earth. California is really nice. I do need to get the Orbex stuff. I'm sort of waiting for them to update it to X-Plane 12. But yeah, I know the Orbex stuff is very nice. Hello, took a break from work. As I can see, I'm not too late. Absolutely not. That's in Pilot Guy, welcome. We are almost landing. Just about, I'd say 10-15 minutes away from our landing here in San Francisco. Ortho or Ortho for XP, curious, right. I would have to say, overall, I am recommending Ortho for XP. Reason being is it's much, it's way less problematic, and it has no FPS impact. You don't have to be running anything whilst the X-Plane's running. You just generate the Ortho previously, put it in your custom scenery folder, or make a shortcut, or however you want to do it, and it's there. And it's there forever. It's also higher quality generally. You can have higher zoom levels closer to airports. So yeah, Ortho for XP is my recommendation. Ortho if you don't have much storage space. When it works great. I was actually going to use it on today's stream, but I loaded X-Plane and completely forgot to run it, and didn't have time to restart X-Plane. But yeah, when it works, it's brilliant. When it has issues, it has major issues. I've tried to help so many people with Ortho. Sometimes I can help, which is great. Sometimes it just doesn't want to work for some reason. But don't get me wrong, Ortho is still a great piece of software. You know, when it works, brilliant. I was using it the other day and it is fantastic. I will say that. It's very much dependent on you. But of course you can use both as well. I have Ortho for areas I visit often and airport tiles, but in between that's a lot of Ortho to generate and a lot of storage space to generate in between airports. And it doesn't have to be super high quality because you're cruising at 30,000-40,000 foot. So you can use both. Generate some nice Ortho tiles for airports, and then use Ortho for in between. You don't have to pick one. It's really nice to live near Hamburg because I get to see the Beluga actually almost daily, and the departure route is near my house. Oh really? Wow, you are lucky. That is very lucky. The Beluga, yes, we get it from Chester, but I don't see it where I am, unfortunately. I'm way too far away. Good, Drish, after you help me get Ortho running. Continue using it. If it works, it works. I'm just glad that we got it running, Dave. When I say I recommend Ortho for XP over Ortho, I mainly mean just because Ortho can be a pain to get running, as we found out. But once it is running, brilliant, amazing piece of software. And I was meant to be using it on this flight, but I just completely forgot to run it. I'll be totally honest. So we are slowing down. I'm going to set the speed to 220 for now. But yeah, honestly, I use both Ortho and Ortho for XP. I do have the whole of the UK with Ortho, so if I'm flying in the UK, I won't use Ortho. I'm waiting for an update for Ortho. I know 0.7.2 came out, but it's mainly bug fixes. I think it's nothing major. It's been a while since we've had a sort of major update to Ortho, so I'm hoping he's working on something big. Maybe an installer. an installer for auto would be very nice, because installing auto is also a bit of a pain. If there was an installer that does it all for you, that'd be brilliant. But also my videos won't get views. All good, works great for me. Brilliant, yeah. I'm glad it's working, Dave, for you. What specs are your PC? So, my PC, I have an NVIDIA RTX 3070 Ti 8GB. I have, the CPU is an i5-12400F. I have 32GB of DDR4 RAM. And then the rest is, you know, just normal, you know, a pretty regular motherboard. I don't know exactly what it is. Got a 700 watt power supply to power that 3070, because it is hungry on power. But yeah, it's pretty decent. If I had to upgrade it, I'd probably upgrade the CPU. So something slightly better. I am CPU bottlenecked right now. I'm gonna slow this down to 180 here. And set 2800 as our secondary platform altitude. And we will set flaps 5. Yeah, those are the specs of my PC. And if you don't want to roll your own auto for XP, there's still the V-Stage auto states still online. Absolutely. Absolutely, Chris. So we are at 180 now. I'm gonna, in just a second, why are we ascending? You know what, let's alarm the approach mode. And we'll go VS. Because we're ascending for some reason, and we really shouldn't be. I like 3, a bit of frustration. 3 is good. I think we're a bit high here. Well, quite high here. But we are nice and slow. Yeah, that glide slope coming back in. We've captured the low glide, so I think we can save this. You swung all the way around the final approach. That was the FlightFactor doing FlightFactor things. I simply inputted the approach and star and all that good stuff, and that's the turn it came up with. But we've got a decent 10 nautical mile approach here. It's not too bad at all. This may be a go around. I think we're okay here. We're 10 nautical miles out at 3,000. We are slightly high, but that's coming back in. Speed's looking okay for now. We'll drop the gear a bit early. I think we're good, if I'm honest. And it's not going to capture the glide slope. You know what, let's do a quick orbit. Because it didn't capture the glide slope. That was completely my fault. Dave, you were correct. We'll do a very quick orbit. See if we can capture this ILS a bit better. Yeah, I'm not sure why I started ascending there. I mean, we had 2800 set. VNAV was saying we should really be descending, and then it decides to... there's the glide slope. It decides to ascend, so I don't know what that was doing there. I think it was probably my fault. Not really been paying attention. But that's fine. Train to the west. In that case, let's turn terrain radar on. Yep, I see the train on my chart. We'll turn before that terrain. I have a weird issue with the FlightJSim-8 where one of my thrust levers has a slightly lower value than the other one, even though they all say equal. That's interesting. I unfortunately can't help you with that because I don't own the FlightJSim-Q400. Although, it's definitely something I have been wanting to get. So if I get that and find out how to fix that issue, I'll let you know. But yeah, unfortunately I'm not too familiar with that aircraft. Right, so there's the terrain. We'll just set up for a 10 nautical mile approach here. Yeah, flight factor confusion. It always, yeah, I have to agree. It does weird things sometimes, honestly. It's very strange sometimes. Like, I don't know if you guys spotted something that I didn't, and maybe it was me. I'm not going to go ahead and just blame it on the aircraft. I was busy reading chat and answering questions, if I'm honest, so... yeah, I don't know why I did that, though. Have you tried Austin's Xavier app with X-Plane 12? I've not, but I keep meaning to try it, and I keep getting distracted. But no, yeah, that is something I need to try, actually, and it's been my Austin, which is just a bonus, really, isn't it? Right, let's arm the approach. Captured the localizer. We are under the glide slope, so that's perfect. That's where we want to be. So we can capture from underneath. Oh wow, that's impressive. I know that the I know it's hard to land that Dash 8. Nah, I can't blame chat. No. I was not blaming chat. I'm blaming myself for being distracted. But I think we're looking better here. Hopefully it should capture the glide slope about now. He says we'll turn the terrain radar off. We don't need that. Right, so we're on the localizer. There's the glide slope capture. Okay, brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. I'm going to stow the speed brake now. Let's... Okay, I think we're looking good. Much better approach than before. We were very high before. I think we made the right decision to go around there.
500.
Let's go. We'll get the gear down in just a second. We're a bit fast, so we'll get the gear down now, actually. And we'll go flaps 20. And we'll go 160 here. Get the speed brakes out. Right, I'm seeing some messages in chat, but I'm going to focus on this landing and we'll take a look at chat when we land. We are 6 nautical miles out. Look at that beautiful water. Look at that aircraft carrier. Hey, look at that. Beautiful. That's a nice screenshot. Alright, we have the runway in sight. Let's go down to our final approach speed, which is 136.
1,000.
Go flaps 30. And I think we are clear to land. I shouldn't say clear to land, we're not flying with ATC, but fairly stable approach here. I'm gonna get the auto throttle off now. And we'll disconnect the autopilot. I have control of the aircraft. This is Mr. X6, we're going a bit slow there. Mr. X6 San Francisco, if you're wondering. A bit high, but that's fine.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20.
Long landing.
10, 5.
Alright. Reverses are out. Alright, we'll take this high-speed exit here. We'll stow the reverses. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a slightly long landing, I will admit, but hey, we got it down and slowed down. Not too bad. We'll take a look at the replay in just a second. Let's actually stop here. And we can go ahead and take a look at that replay. Let's have a quick look at chat. And catch up. C-Toms, I had the same problem for a bit. Check your controls and X-Plane. There's an option to configure your axes. Make sure you clear any configurations on the levers with a clear option at. Thank you very much. That's for the Dash 8 issue, isn't it? I'm also on approach in Vegas with the A321 right now. Very, very nice. 99% of the time, SFO landing 26. Yeah, I know. I was surprised when it gave me 19 left, if I'm honest. Quite close to an overrun. I mean, we used a lot of runway, but I wouldn't say we were close to the overrun. We got it slowed down fairly quickly. Are you still to leave for LAX or holding a runway at KSFO for taxiing? We're going to taxi in. We are at San Francisco. We're just going to take a look at the landing replay now. I was just what was I doing? I was reading chat is what I was doing. Yeah, so we did come in a bit high and float it a little bit. San Francisco in the background there. Yeah, quite an early flare as well on my part. Not too bad. We're fairly centre land though. Look at this replay. Oh yeah. It was a hell of a float, wasn't it? Yeah, we were fairly centre though. Yeah, centre, a bit of a hard landing. Not too bad. Just auto throttle disengage automatically on touchdown. No, I don't think so. I turned the auto throttle off on about 2 or 3 miles out. Look at this wing view though. Beautiful. Have a quick look at the tower view as our landing gear disappears. Thank you, FlightFactor, for that. There we are. Oh, it does look good though, doesn't it, the 7.6? Yeah, I fled way too early. Way past the touchdown zone too. Thank you very much, Chris. Very much appreciated. By far not my best landing, but not too bad. Can't complain. Gotta run. Cheers, as you say in the UK. Cheers to you too, Dave. Thank you very much for being here on the stream. Right, let's taxi back in. Just double, triple check. There's nothing on an approach. Looks like this runway is clear, so we can disengage the parking brake. We'll disarm those auto brakes now. You're gonna make a great line pilot, I bet, someday. Oh, hopefully, Chris. Hopefully. The United livery is really nice, isn't it? That's for sure. So we can put the flaps up, show the speed brakes, and let's taxi to the gate. No. Traffic global. Don't do this to me. Please stop. Stop, 737. Or turn. What are you gonna do? You're gonna stop there? Really? Wow. Look at the size difference. I'm just gonna reset traffic global. This is one of the problems with traffic global. It tends to enjoy blocking you and your taxi in. Make a right turn here. Alright, oh, we're so slow. Come on. Whilst we're turning incredibly, we've actually stopped. It doesn't carry its momentum through the turn at all. Maybe that's a real world 767 thing. Who knows? But yeah, it really does like to stop. Right, landing lights can go off. Strobe light can go off. Let's get the APU started. There we are. And we'll taxi back here to the gate, and we will look at all these air. I mean, you can already see here we have the Southwest, the United, the Deltas. Very much what you expect to see here in San Francisco. And all of that parked aircraft is from Traffic Global, by the way. We have some heavies over there. We'll have a look in just a second. Oh wow, it's busy today. There's not a stand free. Wow. You know what we might do? I think we're gonna turn around here and go and park over here, because there's no parking available. Look at that. It is completely full. So we're gonna let this aircraft go and make a quick U-turn actually. I think. But as that a 320? Can you tweak just flight so that it's still busy late at night? I don't know if you can tweak it. You can change how many aircraft are displayed if you go here. But at night, yeah, there might not be a huge amount of aircraft. I mean, I've got it on middle right now, so I'm not a fan of static aircraft, if I'm being honest, especially when you're flying bat sim. Oh yeah, absolutely. If you're flying bat sim, having static aircraft can get annoying. I mean, as you can see here, it is packed, and I know San Francisco is busy, but there's not a free gate in sight, which I suppose is probably realistic. Yeah, that's fine. We'll go over here. Turn those flight directors off now. Weather radar off. We'll put the transponder back to standby. Let's go over here. Is that a free gate maybe? The heavies, is that that is a BA A380. We love to see it. I think some of these might actually be part of the scenery, because that has catering trucks, so I'm pretty sure that's part of the scenery. We'll disable traffic global and have a look in a sec. Hey, that's not bad. 300 feet per minute, not too bad at all. Yeah, I suspect it is realistic that San Francisco is jam-packed. Oh, that's... They have barriers. That's a slight issue. And there's barriers all around. I didn't see those before. You know what? Let's do this. Let's disable traffic global, because I do want to see if these aircraft are part of the scenery. Yeah, so some of these aircraft are part of the scenery. That's why it's so jam-packed. Anyway, there's a lovely free slot here that's just opened for us. We can turn the turn-offs and the taxi lights off so we don't blind the ground crew. We're looking all good up here. We'll go in here next to this A380. And Emirates 777. Oh, and the Virgin Atlantic 747. Fortunately, we'll never see another Virgin Atlantic 747. How sad. I am running SimHeaven as well, yes. Personally, I think SimHeaven is amazing, and I really do recommend it. I have an install tutorial on it as well. I love having marshallers. I miss not having marshallers at default airport. And there we are, we'll stop there. Beautiful. Oh, I love that. BA A380. And the Virgin Atlantic 747. Lovely. Alrighty, so APU gen can go on. Let's turn the engine gens off and turn those engines off too. I'm going to complete the flight on Sim Toolkit Pro. 1 hour and 19 minutes was that flight. Absolutely flew by. Right. Beacon can go off. Wing and logo can also go off. Jetway should attach here in a second. There it is. Brilliant. I've been flying a lot with Pack X recently. For me personally, gives the flights more of a challenge and purpose. Yeah, I do want to look into that as well, actually. Oh, a marshaller, cool. Whose KSFO is this, Drish? This is from Mr. X6, and it is freeware. He does have a payware version under the name of Short Final Design, which is updated for X-Plane 12. This scenery is not officially updated for X-Plane 12, but it does still work. Link in the chat. So if I type in exclamation ARR, you should see that. Nightbot should give you a link to it in just a second. Both sceneries were from Mr. X6 and they are free to download. And it is a very, very nice scenery. I do want to get the payware version though. I do want to get the payware version. Let's go ahead and shut down the aircraft here. Packs off, trim air, reset fans off. Window heat and cargo heat can go off. No smoking, passenger signs off. Fuel pumps can go off. Engine start selectors to the off position. To get the marshaller and the jetway working, you do need to install AutoGate for X-Plane 12, not the X-Plane 11 version. But that's just as simple, put it in your plugins folder. Right. Utility bus can go off, hydraulic pumps off. Engine, these can go off, fuel dampers off, IRS is off, position light off, APU off, APU gen can go off, and there we are cold and dark. But yeah, look at this scenery for free, and it's like not been updated in about 4 years. Very, very nice. So yeah, all of this is Sim Heaven and some of my own custom ortho. Bing, I believe. My chat has my phone, which I normally use to display my chat, has died, but there you go. So yeah, these aircraft are from the scenery. I don't think you can remove them, unfortunately, unless you did it manually in the world editor. But yeah, beautiful scenery, still working in X-Plane 12. Anything from Mr. X6 is pretty good, and Short Final SFD is very, very good. I have their Munich, and it's brilliant, and I do want to get the LA SFD and San Francisco as well. Oh, we've got Qantas 747 here. Brilliant. So, let's, let me see. And let me get my chat back up here before we leave. Just in case. That's very loud. Right. Well, it is the end of the stream. I just want to check chat real quick. Give me just a second. Let me get the stream up. Let me... right, okay. Yeah, alright, that's fine then. Nothing in chat, so we're good to go, I think. So I hope you all enjoyed the stream. I really enjoyed that, that's for sure. Do stay tuned. I'll be flying the Duchess tomorrow from Just Flight. 1600 hours Zulu. First GA stream. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Thank you to Stan as well for becoming a member of the channel. And remember, we do have our members only stream next week, so if you do want to become a member before then and be able to watch the stream, then do that. See Toms, have a good one, Drishal. Yes, thank you, and you. Everyone stay safe, and I'll see you in the